boys, we have our first top 10 of college football 25. If you guys know my Madden channel, I do top 10s for every position like quarterback, wide receiver, running backs. Now we're taking it over to our college football channel. We're starting off with the main position in the game, quarterback. We've gotten a lot of big upgrades. There's still a lot of core guys that are very, very good and fast in the game that are very much used out there online play. So if you guys enjoy top 10s like this, make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's just jump right into number 10 here. Number 10, we do have Jalen Milroe. I will say he is the best quarterback when it comes to regs, right? But when we get into actual ultimate team, he is very, very fast still. He is still a very big quarterback at 6'2", 220. The problem is, though, is he is lacking some big stats right there. 75 throw to pressure is going to be brutal against any sort of insta-shed or just an unlucky play or a blitz or whatever. And then he also has 71 medium accuracy, which I like to believe is probably the most thrown out of the short, deep, and medium, right? I think that's the one I use the most personally. Probably the one I get hit with the most as well. 71 is brutal. Like, it's not even like 77 where that would still be bad. It is 71. That is terrible. But the one thing is, though, is he still has a lot of speed. He's still one of the fastest quarterbacks in the game. He still can use the deep and short accuracy. I think you just got to change your play style a little bit with him, which I don't like having to do when you buy a big top 10 quarterback. You know what I mean? Number 9, we got Jordan McLeod, probably one of the more popular quarterbacks out there. He is another quarterback that also comes with nice speed at 81. It's not the 83 that our guy Milroe has, but 81 is still really solid. I got to use a lot of quarterbacks with that speed early on. But you can see he has great stats across the board. And I also forgot to mention with Milroe, throw power is a big deal this year. That is what increases the velocity on a card. So it's actually cool to see a stat that never mattered in Madden really actually mattered for one. So 81 throw power is technically lower on this list, so his ball is going to loft a little bit more than other guys. But I will say, having all of his accuracies above 80, every stat basically above 80 besides play action, the one that you probably need the least, I love to see that. And that's why you're seeing a lot of Jordan McLeod out there. He's under 50K, probably one of the best budget quarterbacks in the game, if not the best budget quarterback. Number 8, we do have Cam Rising, and I will say Cam Rising is probably one of the higher overalls, or he actually is like the second highest overall quarterback on this list. But the one thing is, he is the slowest on the list. I think speed in this game is a big, big deal when it comes to quarterbacks. He has all of his accuracies amazing as well, but as you guys know, in these games, it works off thresholds. As long as you're above 80, you're hitting a threshold right there. I will say the throw power stat right there, I don't think that works off thresholds. I think it kind of works how speed does, where the higher it is right above 80, it's still going to actually increase the velocity. His velocity, I will say, is really, really nice, but your scrambling ability doesn't feel too good because a lot of the D linemen, even the D tackles, I think even Timmy Jernigan, right? The D tackle, the slowest guy on the D line is 75 speed. So he's not really moving too crazy, but I do love that he is one of the best actual pocket passers in the game. And that alone has to have him somewhere on this list, despite being, I don't want to say a pocket quarterback, but kind of near it. At number 7, we got our guy Garrett Green. I don't know what they're doing this year, but Garrett Green already has a card. He has an 84 core elite, or a core, or whatever you want to call him, rare card, whatever. The one thing that's weird, though, is that he is better on his 83. He's much faster as well. 82 speed is very, very good. And then across the board, he's basically better in every single stat than a guy like, you know, McLeod, right? He's basically just a little bit better McLeod. He is a really, really short quarterback, but I haven't really noticed that to be a problem in this game. Like, there's no helmet donks to the line of scrimmage like you would get sometimes with Kyler and Madden. So I think he's a great quarterback. Probably another guy I want to say, another great budget option in the game. You're getting speed. You're getting all your stats above 80. He's a solid card. And another guy where I'll say I have been playing this card so much since he came out. I think it was last Friday, right? Last Friday? And at number 6, we got our guy Jalon Daniels. I will say the only thing that kind of sucks with cards right now is that a lot of them are very similar, right? When it comes to stats, there's not really abilities kind of putting them apart. The top end guys do get better abilities, but Jalon Daniels is a guy that I think he looks exactly, like literally exact word for word, bar for bar, the exact same card as our guy Garrett Green. But I guess the only thing you're taking above him is that he's a little taller. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Those guys are very interchangeable. They have the exact same speed. All their thresholds are exact same. They have the exact same throw power. I think Jalon Daniels and Garrett Green, you can interchange either way, but Garrett Green's cheaper. So I could definitely see you going that way, but Jalon Daniels, I'm just going to throw him here because I like him a little bit more. Number 5, we got our guy, Will Howard. I think Will Howard has been one of the better quarterbacks I have used all year. I know he's a little bit slower than the two guys we just showed. He has the exact same throw power, still has the exact same thresholds. He does have way better play action, which, like I said earlier, doesn't really matter too much. I don't know what it is with Will Howard, but this card plays out of his mind for his overall. He breaks so many sacks. I don't know if it's because he's 6'4", 237 or what it is. He also gets abilities, unlike the other two, because you could throw on a lot of different things. They're not the craziest one in the world. I think the one I used was just this one, which helped with like pressure when you're outside of the pocket, but at least he gets abilities. I'll take the -1 speed to throw a little bit of things on my quarterback. But Will Howard, card that you see out there all the time. He's a card that all of you guys could and still probably do have for free. He's a great option and definitely a top 5 quarterback in this game right now. Number 4, we have a card that I rarely see out there, and I think it has to do with his price. He is $240K, I think, right now. 85 overall Chandler Rogers. I mean, dude, the speed is there. The stats are all there. The one thing I will say that does suck is the throw power, but all the quarterbacks right below him all just had +1 throw power. I think I'll take the speed on him, and also, I'm like I said, I don't know if the play action stat really helps too crazy this year. I will say my camera has jerked off crazy. Pause, by the way. Like, when they have ran, like, a fake and it will, like, literally pull your camera all the way. I don't know if that has to do with the play action stat in this game. I know in Madden it means absolutely nothing, but in this game it seems a little bit crazier. Like, it literally will jerk your camera all the way to the side. But I think Chandler Rogers is a really, really good quarterback across the board. Another one of those guys that's super, super underrated. Number 3, we have Pat White, the fastest quarterback in the game. I probably would have had him at quarterback 1 if they did not switch him to a lefty. Obviously, he's supposed to be a lefty. I'm not mad at them switching it back, but I'm mad that they didn't fix lefties in the game. It's been broken in Madden, I think, the last 2 or 3 years. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, when you try to scramble right with a lefty, it gives them that little stutter where they get stuck in mud. And it doesn't do that for a righty when they try to scramble left. So it doesn't do it for the vice versa. It just screws over lefties completely. They've always been bad at scrambling compared to righties. And it hurts a guy when he's known to be a scrambling quarterback that is also the fastest quarterback in the game currently right now. But I will say, I still think he's amazing. 85 speed, 85 throw power. He has great stats across the board. The one thing that does suck and is a glaring issue is 76 deep accuracy, not hitting that 80 threshold, but he played well for me. But I only used him as a righty. But I've seen a lot of people sell him off. I've seen a lot of good players sell him off the tournament. The tournament I watched yesterday, not a single person used Pat White as well. It's kind of an L, but at the end of the day, he's a lefty. They can't keep him as a righty all along. At number 2, we have Kaidon Salter, and there's a reason why this card is $350K. He is arguably the best quarterback in the game. 84 speed. All of his stats are above 80 as well. It's kind of crazy they did my guy Pat White like that as well. They gave Kaidon Salter 84 core card, way better stats, even at that deep accuracy. He is also a righty, so with that speed, you're still going to be able to scramble better even than the 85 speed Pat White. Kaidon Salter is an absolute dog. He's a guy you probably rarely see out there. I've seen him a couple times out there in my gauntlet runs. He's very expensive. It's not because he's bad or whatever. He's very, very expensive. Kaidon Salter is a dog, though. A super fun card. And also, if you get to level 36, boys, you do get a random 84 pack. And I've seen a lot of people pull him out of there. So try to grind up there. You might be able to get this card for free. Number 1, he went up in price for a reason. He was $430K because I almost sold mine. I almost sold mine when Pat White came out. They switched Pat White to a lefty, boys, and look at his price. I just want to say, remember, he was $430K. Yes, I told you that the Pat White thing, I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying. There's a reason why Mariota absolutely shot up in price. He also has insane throw power at 86. He's also very, very fast at 82. I love the throw power. The throw under pressure is really high. He has just great stats across the board. And also, I will say, his release feels a lot faster than everybody. I know we don't have the database up yet, so we don't know who has what release, but I don't know what it is with Mariota. He has been by far the best quarterback I've used. You guys know I do gameplays on cards. I use every card that comes out. Mariota's quarterback 1. I think there's no question. I was even going to keep him over the Pat White before he changed to a lefty. All right, boys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment down below which quarterback are you rocking right now, which guy's too high, which guy's too low. I appreciate y'all watching the top 10s, man. We got more gameplays coming up as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, boys.